Our 10th episode of Hyperfixation here.
Jeez.
10th
I can't believe we're there.
Yeah.
Anniversary, guys.
Yeah. It'll also be the last one where we're all in Canada, so that's pretty fun.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, we get foreign members.
So yeah. This episode we are doing horror. We're gonna talk about spooky shit today.
Maybe shit that isn't always spooky, but
At least creepy.
kind of spoopy.
Spoopy? I'll take spoopy. I'll allow it. Things that I feel like they're trying to be spooky at least a little bit. I feel like that's fair. But yeah, no. We're gonna talk some creepypasta, some spooky. It'll be a good time. What else is relevant? Well, let's see. Obviously, we should get through our quick introduction here. I'm Gavin. I'm a third-year computer science student.
I'm Brandon, just finished the Tesla program at TRU.
True. Look at you going, being all done and stuff.
Indeed.
Congratulations.
Yeah, until I decided to start doing the education program.
Yeah. And Tyler, you're still technically a geography student.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm a geography student. Yeah.
It's okay, I got you.
So, holy shit.
Sweet. Yeah. One thing I just noticed here is that our yeah, let me just. And yeah, so we're talking spooky stuff today. It'll be a good time. I'm pretty excited. I like spooky stuff, and so do the boys here.
Horror stuff is always fun.
So, just to start here, what do you think is the titular, like, internet horror creepypasta type thing?
For me, I'd say it's like that what was it called? 1 second. It's like something.
I'm trying to think of like what one of the first ones. I think it was like the first one I recall that was part of that, creepypasta group is like Slenderman or Jake the Killer. Is it Jake?
Oh, John the Killer. John the Killer.
John?
Okay.
Jake?
Isn't
The boy with the creepy smile.
hear me out though?
Oh, Jeff the Killer.
Salad
Yeah,
fingers.
Jeff the Killer. That's what I think of first, personally.
Ooh,
Yeah,
let's
Jeff and Slenderman are the ones I think of first.
okay. Let's see who's older, Jeff the Killer or Salad Fingers. Let's see.
Ooh, yeah, Salad. Wow,
Jeff.
no, Salad Fingers I think is older.
Jeff the Killer
I can.
was introduced in 2011, and Salad Fingers was 2007. So that's my first experience with internet horror. Is for sure Salad Fingers.
That's true. I never really
2004,
thought about it as
actually.
horror, but it's definitely creepy as heck.
I feel like they were going for a horror aesthetic. Like, look at these fingers in this cake.
Well, it was either going for horror or it was just going for uncomfortable, which it definitely achieved.
It got both.
Yeah.
Salad Fingers is so deeply unsettling, but in such a fun way.
Oh yeah, I mean, hence why people got into it.
Goofy horror.
All three of us have seen Salad Fingers, yeah?
No, actually, I've never seen Salad Fingers. Actually, I've never even heard of Salad Fingers.
You've
so-
never heard of it.
I
Okay.
know, you can kill me.
I just want you to see like a quick few seconds here. Oh god, ads are so annoying.
Yeah,
Here,
I know.
just
I know.
like take a quick look at sort of like what you're looking at here. Can you hear it?
Hello. I like
Rusty
rusty
spoons.
spoons. And I like to touch them. The feeling of rust against my salad fingers is almost orgasmic.
Okay, that's enough Salad Fingers. But yeah, Salad Fingers is weird as
Pretty unsettling.
yeah. There's that static in the background the whole time too, and then the way he delivers it, and like
Just the voice quality.
the animation's got this weird like squiggly texture to the whole thing too.
Yeah, it's all uncanny and very unsettling.
Very
Just the text, the font that they're using.
yeah, exactly. I love how deeply unsettling like Salad Fingers is. I think Salad Fingers is like around the same time as like internet creepy stuff like but like Charlie the Unicorn or Llamas with Hats aren't actually creepy. They're more funny, but it's like around the same time of like edgy-ish humor.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of it's not really horror per se, but do you guys remember Happy Tree Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that kind of like very like shock
Yeah.
value s kind of stuff.
Yeah, just going extreme violence and all like the just pushing it as far as it can go.
Ooh, you know what we should have done for this? We should have done a tier list of internet horror. That's what we should have done. That would have been perfect.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we could follow it up with one.
Yeah, after we've had our discussion. Yeah. So you guys brought up Jeff the Killer there. What is what is it?
Definitely one of the ones I thought of.
I've never heard of Jeff the Killer. I know one of the people I know from my hometown does this weird like Jeff the Killer creepypasta internet horror stuff that they've got going on, but I've never heard of it myself. So what is it? What's the deal?
Jeff the Killer got like really popular at some point. I forget what it was, but like it was like this very. It was probably what made creepypasta like how it got its name, really. Probably alongside Slenderman.
Yeah, Slenderman's the one I know.
At the end of the day, I'd say most of it accounts to just like a very memorable edited image.
This guy?
The story itself, like I did read it when I was a kid. It's honestly just kind of pretty like generic. It's like, oh my god, like he was a boy and he had like a violent thing, and then one day he got in a fight and he got wounded and they had to like stitch together his face with new parts. And he was like, oh my god, am I beautiful? And then it's like you lied to me, and then he kills his family, blah 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 blah. Like,
Is it long?
I don't think it's like a particularly long story.
Yeah, I guess here's just the description here.
Yeah, we could read the synopsis like within a couple minutes, I think.
Well, because there's the original thing, and then there was like all the other stuff as well.
Yeah, this is like the original one here, and then people told stories using the character for other things.
Yeah, it's like Slenderman,
Yeah.
which is definitely the one I got. Like I heard of. I think I've heard of it before Jeffy Toad, because I was never like super into like a lot of internet culture stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like the others. Go for it.
Slenderman is definitely, I feel like, the biggest success story out of any of like the creepypasta things. He's like iconic now, right? Like he's not just like solely what some internet nerd would know. Like I feel like most people under the age of 40 would have heard
it helped a lot with
For sure.
the games. It's
Yeah.
really, like,
That game's so fun, Slender.
yeah, there was the original one. I think it was the Arrival, and then I think there was like another one that was like a little better. I can't remember exactly, but
I want to show you something.
It's also
the
noteworthy,
original.
I'm gonna show you something a little silly here. Keep going, you're good.
because that game, like, it's basically the reason that like half of like those old like Let's Play YouTubers are famous. You know what I mean? Like I don't think PewDiePie ever.
Fair enough. Like Eyeless Jack here, I think that's also like a creepypasta too. These two here.
Which one?
Eyeless Jack.
Eyeless Jack.
Yeah.
I never heard of him either.
Well, I typed the word "I" in and it pulled it up pretty quickly. Yeah, there he is within the mask. Eyeless Jack is the one from that. Jack is a man-eating enigma serial killer with a craving for human organs. Seems interesting. I mean, they're all pretty much around the same thing. What I was trying to find here, I'm still looking. Let's see if I can find the dang thing. It's a couple years old, so it might take me a second. But just on the note of like how popular Slenderman is, it's just like years ago. I'm talking like years ago. Like one of my people I knew from Kinamat did a YouTube video, sort of as like a parody there. Of Slenderman that I was actually like a part of.
Nice.
Here, I'll just mute that for now. There's a couple of them in the same vein here, but like,
Whoa.
so where's Slenderman? Here, bring him up.
Shadow of Mordor. What's he bringing that up for? This is video.
I feel like... Did he just go over my shoulder? Oh, here it is. Yeah, okay. So the idea of this video is very silly, but it's like a blind guy that Slenderman's just messing with for some reason.
Oh.
I don't remember all the premise, but that was me being Slenderman. That was all I wanted to point out.
Oh,
Yeah, I was the Slenderman in it. I mean, I'm like 6'2", 6'3", and a pretty skinny dude,
Yeah.
so like the linkiness ain't too out of pocket there.
I should have hired
That's great.
man.
But yeah, no, Slenderman is very much the iconic internet creepypasta. I don't think anything comes close.
Cause he got like a full ass like.
He got a movie, didn't he?
Movie. Yeah.
It wasn't good.
It's kind of crazy. I've heard the movie was really bad.
8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, he got the movie.
Well, yeah, he did get one, which definitely proves to his popularity. But it's like, that's the thing, is like, things like the really good creepypastas like Slenderman, like, it's a creepy idea, and like, you could do like a short film,
Yeah.
like an actual theatrical thing. Like, no, they don't work for that. It's like Siren Head. Like, Siren Head's probably one of my favorite horror things that's come up in recent years, and there's no way you could ever, like, actually, like, do like a full movie on it. It's meant to be like a very contained and like short, scary thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do really like the depiction of Slenderman that they did for that movie, though.
Yeah, I was actually looking up on.
Like, this looks cool. Like, that's a cool look.
I'm seeing here like a video called Slenderman 2018. Every
Yeah.
Slenderman appearance, and the video is only like 3 minutes long.
Well, to be fair, that is part of the narrative, is that he sort of like messes with you a little bit. And there's
you only see him for like a second.
Yeah,
So
and this
that's
is-
fair, I guess.
It's not just his actual physical presence that's scary, it's like what he does to your mind.
Mhm.
wasn't Slenderman also
No,
like
yeah.
like all these photos ones are classic.
Yeah, all the
In the background of this one,
pictures of him and whatnot.
yeah.
Like, they were fun. Like, and yeah, that's all I really needed out of the Slenderman stuff. It's just like these really odd, creepy imageries.
Yeah.
Oh god, I remember this
Yeah, that-
dumbass shit. Oh, the court case where somebody like stabbed her best friend and said Slenderman told her to
Yeah.
do it. I was like, you dumb bitch. No.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Thinking about it now, like Slenderman's so popular
Yeah.
that it appeared like I'm pretty sure just like straight up like the Enderman.
Yeah.
in Minecraft.
Oh, yeah,
is
absolutely.
named after it.
100%.
So it really is that
Oh, yeah.
big. Holy shit.
Yeah, that it's absolutely inspired by Slenderman for sure.
Slenderman is in Smash Bros. When you really think about it.
You're right. You're right.
He technically is, yeah.
What else we got for a couple other ones? Oh, this one's pretty popular from what I've heard. I don't again really know much about it, but the Ben Drowned creepypasta.
Yeah, Ben Drown. I really do kind of like Ben Drown because Majora's Mask is like one of my favorite games. So anything that involves it, I kind of have like this very fondness.
I feel like it's my second favorite Zelda game at this point.
Oh shit! Nice.
Breath of the Wild and then Majora's Mask for me.
That's fair.
Yeah. Solid picks. Ben Drown. I do remember. I used to follow this all the time when I was a kid. Like back when they were still uploading videos.
Ooh.
I remember the creator. One day he just like drops like a video on April 1st where it's like you know, like all of the suspense is like finished with and Ben just becomes like a Goron and he dances to some funny ass King Kong song for 5 minutes. And I remember like this was like back when
Jesus.
Why not?
nobody on the internet knew what a joke was, and everyone just
Oh.
took things 100% seriously. So
So
people got like
internet
so
only.
mad at this dude. Yeah, like. That's...
So, I want to. So, in the same vein as this one, because I feel like if we're looking at this one, we gotta look at the other ones that are in the same vein. So,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna bring it in. I'm just gonna copy it here. I feel like what do you think's more iconic for video game creepypastas? Ben Drowned, or I don't like that. The panting emoji there. This is all just a lot.
It's very uncomfortable, yes.
Yeah. So,
Um,
Sonic EXE was the question I was going to ask you.
Yes. Yeah.
I have a different
Do you think that
candidate.
is... Yeah?
You think there's a different candidate between Sonic EXE and Ben Drowned for the most famous video game creepypastas?
Yeah, I think it's Lavender Town Syndrome.
Lavender Town Syndrome.
Oh, yeah, that was a big one, too.
Yeah, it was like this big myth that happened where it's like, you know, like kids who listen to like the Lavender Town soundtrack for too long, like they start committing suicide and like having like mental illnesses and everything like that.
Let's.
Wasn't it there was like a cursed cartridge of, or a ROM hack version of the original Pokemon game that like the Pokemon actually died and it caused kids to commit suicide. It was a whole thing.
Yeah,
What is
people were like, I remember like it was mostly about like the music,
Interesting. Okay.
like yeah, like So I think honestly, like if you go to just like the Lavender,
There's Lavender Town Syndrome.
soundtrack
Yeah,
on
it's-
YouTube, you can probably just see it.
They've got Lavender as number 6. It goes Ben Drowned apparently on this one to Sonic. Then that's a really
Mario.
horny animation ad. Here, oh,
I didn't know
Herobrine. Herobrine's very popular, I will say.
That's true. He's not that creepy though.
No, he's really not. Mario, okay, I guess. Ness, Godzilla, Pokemon Lost Silver, Strangled Red, Come Follow Me, Possessed Amiibos, Slenderman. There's not a video game one. That's funny. Tails Doll Sonic R. I do know this one actually. The Tails Doll Sonic R one. I do know that one actually.
Oh yeah, Tails Doll. That was a big one too.
Yeah.
That was very creepy. I liked the idea with it.
I love these like really excessive Sonic EXE ones, but they're not creepy. They're just bad, and it makes it that much more fun. Like the classic. And it's fun when they make the game itself too. Like when somebody actually takes the time to build the like shitty game type thing to go with it.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me.
Yeah, it's like, hey, just go with it, have fun with it.
Do you think that creepypastas and like video game creepypastas specifically are like the precursor to those like kind of, my hot take is that they're kind of mid horror games like FNAF and stuff like that?
Absolutely, yeah. Like this was absolutely the predecessor to FNAF. FNAF was actually, I was going to bring it up in this episode because I think it's just.
Yeah, I mean, I do think the first game, like, it was definitely creepy. It could, like, it was a jump scare game, but it was, I think, not bad for the sake that, like, it had a good concept where you have to focus on all these things, and you can get freaked out anytime by the FNAF people just showing up.
Mm-hmm.
But I always figured that one was just playing into the whole mascots are scary, mascots are creepy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is fair, they are.
It's kind of like a very good example of like what I think happens with a lot of these internet horror stories is that like they get very overdone and overplayed, and in FNAF that was like overdone and overplayed by you know having, I think it was like 8 or 9 games. It was crazy.
I mean, the way I look at it, it's like, you know, if people keep coming to it and people do legit enjoy it, like, good for them.
Oh, for
I
sure.
thought the first one was an interesting idea, and I've had no interest in.
I don't shit on anyone's fun. I just don't think they're very good.
Yeah.
I,
I've always been kind of interested in the story.
yeah, the
Like,
background story, like
history they gave you.
the game theory type of story thing is cool, but
Yeah.
Well, even just like in the first game when the guy's talking about like Fight of '87, I'm just like,
oh, neat.
okay, cool, I'm
Yeah.
intrigued.
Absolutely. You know what else is a really good, and you know what, this is a perfect transition. We're still on games here. Is it called Lost Room? No, what is it called? The
Oh, the
Backrooms.
Backrooms.
Yes.
The Backrooms is a creepy ass name.
So, what is the Backrooms to initially? Is the Backrooms, okay, so that's a creepypasta as well. Sweet. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Um,
There's like short films for it as well.
Nice, yeah. So, obviously the Backrooms, that is creepypasta directly in the same vein. And then they also have that game too, right? That they released the Backrooms game.
Mm-hmm.
Escape the Backrooms. I don't know much about it,
Yeah,
actually, but seems
I
cool.
think some people play it, and you know, it's unsettling because you're wandering around in like this. Oh, I like that it's free to play too.
Don't look at it.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's also, I think Escape the Backrooms is the multiplayer version. Yeah, so they made the Backrooms game and then they dropped the multiplayer one where you can play with your friends.
Yeah.
These can cost
Cool.
money, but look at it. Look at this creepy shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say,
And it's,
ooh.
so what is the deal with the Backrooms? What's the premise?
it's basically you, people just randomly find themselves falling through the world. There's like a glitch in reality, and you fall through into the back rooms.
So-
It's like when you glitch out a game and you go out of the world.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
So liminal spaces. That's fun.
Yes. Yeah, it's terrifying. Like that's like a scary concept to me, where you just like monsters or no, just ending up in this like empty space. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, don't think I could ever get back home.
There was a really good video I watched that talked about people who do I think that it's like modern archaeology technically, where they go into like rundown buildings and stuff, and they check it out.
Pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
And it's very much the same vein as like these liminal space type shit. I know that where we are, Kamloops here, there's this old asylum that I would love to explore. There,
the Trunkill Sanatorium.
yeah, the Tranquil.
Yeah,
Here it
that's
is.
just those things are always creepy, because especially with like the stories behind them. It's just like.
Mm-hmm.
The other cool thing that's really interesting with the Tranquil Sanatorium is there are the whole area. There are underground tunnels and stuff.
Yeah, and there are actually old clothes left down there from like when it used to be a sanatorium.
Hey Bear, you want to come to the sanatorium with me one day?
Yeah, I'd love to. I've always wanted to go there since I was a little ass kid.
Maybe when you come back.
When I was a kid, people would always gossip about it, like, "Oh my God, like I was there, like I
Oh,
spoke in
it's
it
over
with
there."
friends, and like, oh my God, we saw like some guy, a dead guy walking around, blah blah blah." Like as a kid, especially in like middle school, age around there, like everyone was talking about it all the time.
Yeah, Padova.
Yeah, I loved watching. A friend of mine and I would always watch those late night ghost hunter type shows. They would go to like these places and like basically they'd be playing it up and freaking themselves out. Like I don't think I ever I got creeped out and scared because I had an insane imagination, but I never really believed them.
Look at the tunnels. Look at the tunnels.
Yeah, like that kind of shit is just so much fun.
Oh,
It's insanely creepy.
my dream is to play a horror TTRPG, specifically 10 Candles, in the sanitarium.
Oh god. Yeah, that,
10 Candles is specifically a TTRPG where all of your light comes from these 10 little candles that you have sitting there, and as you play, you blow out candles, and the more candles that are blown out, the stronger the power of darkness is in the setting, and it's slowly and slowly just like as it gets darker and darker, the world gets more and more like foreboding. Oh, I love it. It's such a fun.
I remember, I think you talked about it last episode. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I probably mentioned it. But yes, we were talking about the backrooms, and I feel I actually thought the backrooms was an SCP.
There are, especially like the escape backrooms, it does remind me of, there is the SCP of a door that takes you to like this, like through this forest, or like this, this big empty forest thing.
The wooden door.
Yeah. Oh, so what was it called? Was it this one?
Maybe. Tyler, do you know what SCPs are?
SCP. I know they're like kind of like fictional urban legends, right? Like creepy urban legends, I guess.
Yeah. So the idea is that they are urban legends, creepypastas, similar idea, except for the idea is that they all exist in this one universe, and there is a organization called the SCP, which is Secure, Contain, Protect.
There's this big overarching world.
There's a loose meta narrative to it, and the cool thing is that whenever you add a new SCP to here, right? Whenever you add one, the idea is that you've set it up for everyone to use. People, some people will create SCPs, and then some people will write stories to go with them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you basically make up an SCP and you come up with the idea, and it's added to the organization's files, and people can add like amendums or stories of encounters with that SCP into the file.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
cool.
I'm looking through the website now. It's kind of cool.
And there's so much.
Yeah.
Like, you should look up some of the most recommended ones. I think the classic one was
These are my favorite.
419. Is that the one?
These videos are the best way to learn about SCP, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. SCP Explained.
Yeah.
Actually, that was the one there. That one's also super creepy. The tail guy there with the bloody claws.
Oh, this guy?
No, birth to death. I think the.
Oh, yes.
096. Oh god.
And they all have numbers. So this is SCP-096. It's called the Euclid. Sorry, that's its class. What's the name it's given?
Does it have a name?
They almost always have some sort
It's
of...
just 09. It's not always. Sometimes they are referred just by their number. 096, 682.
Extremely
But
docile.
096 is terrifying.
Oh, the Shy Guy. That's its code name.
Oh.
SCP, the Shy Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the idea is that it's normally very chill, but when someone views it, it stresses it out. It doesn't like...
And they must die.
It covers...
Ooh.
Yeah.
And there's like, it's terrifying because he doesn't have to just be seeing it directly. You can be shown a picture on the other side of the world, and he will just go to you. And he doesn't teleport. He tears his way through everything to get to you. There's no
Does not stop him.
Yeah. And then, like, that's a good one. And then also the Plague Doctor, whose touch will just kill you.
Yeah.
It just...
682 is also really great. The giant lizard thing.
Yeah,
That dies.
682 is the one that... And it's so depressed is my favorite thing with 682. It's like, it doesn't...
SCP 682.
Yeah. 682... what is its name? What's its...
It's an asshole, but it's also just like a depressed guy.
SCP-682, hard to destroy reptile. Its body just adapts to everything, and it's so depressed, and it just wants to die. From what I was seeing and stuff like that, it's so good.
Yeah, big problem one if it ever gets like going.
The do-gooder...
Basically have to-
Oh, man, I love the images that they use for some of these.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, the 682, it's like very vague looking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it
It's like
adapts.
a giant
Yeah.
reptile slug thing.
It's interesting because originally, like when it was first made, they just had this like vague image of a skull, like what essentially looked like the skull of a deer or something. Something with like an elongated jaw and like with some stuff over.
It was
the
this,
skull.
yeah. It's not that.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was this image here. So it's like a deer skull with wood that's like overgrown it.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, there you go. You can see it here.
So, and the whole reason for it is the way they keep S682 contained is they have to be constantly dousing it with acid and like trying and like damaging it so it can't like actively get up and go.
Yeah, you've just got to constantly like have it in immeasurable pain. They keep it in a vat of acid that they consistently turn on, and stuff like that. Plague Doctor's really cool. 682 is great. 999 is one of the funnier ones because it's good. It's the tickle monster. It just tickles you.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Oh god, there's so many. One of the most terrifying ones is the
Is it the day the sun turned?
Oh, yes.
I fucking hate that one. It's
freaks me the
ooh.
hell out.
So the day the sun turned is essentially that just like on a random day, the sun just decided that it didn't like the earth or whatever, and it melts it. It just, any organic material on the surface is melted. and it forms this like mass of writhing flesh, and the melted flesh combines with other melted flesh, and it builds like big old blobs of flesh, and the blobs of flesh are trying to knock down walls, and wherever they see other people, they're trying to pull you out to the sun to embrace its warmth. Very, very like that's like probably like my most horrifying one for sure.
Yeah, highly recommend reading SCP files. They're so fun.
Also,
I'm looking through like some random ones right now, and like all of them are like.
What is it?
So many like, even like the more subtle ones are actually pretty damn creepy.
I think 3008 is that the Infinite IKEA?
Oh, the Infinite IKEA one. That one's great.
That's my favorite because it makes for like really fun procedurally generated games.
Infinite IKEA.
Yeah, SCP. Is this it here?
3008.
Yeah, I think that's the Infinite IKEA. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, the Infinite IKEA, SCP-3008 is the Infinite IKEA, and the idea is that it is a very scary horror IKEA where during the day you can wander around freely, but when night hits, the staff, who are these faceless people in uniforms, will beat you to death. They will kill you. And at night times, so basically what it is it's almost like and because it's infinite, there's no escape. So people who show up, they form like bands and they build like communities and stuff, and like they collect stuff from the IKEA, and they build these communities, and the out of the gates, instead of zombies, you've got the staff, these faceless people in IKEA uniforms trying to knock down the gate.
And I don't think they can be killed either, or at least there's like an infinite supply, so you never notice it.
Right, yeah. I can just tire more, it's alright.
Yeah, it's so, like, look at, this art is so good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then they made like games based off the SCPs as well, which are amazing.
There's some pretty good SCP games. Yeah, let's see, what do we got? Containment Breach, that's a good one. Secret Lab. One of the people who I actually like, so me and Zoe and Ian play in this SCP, this LARP for Vampire the Masquerade, and they have their own. It's just for our roleplay, but they have a SCP roleplay channel as well. Yeah. Oops, I forgot that. I'm streaming my Discord there. Whoopsie. But yeah, there's some really good SCP games out there.
And there is some really cool like overarching lore, like when you read like the different files and whatnot. There's like there's in the background stories about some of like the actual staff and some of the stuff that like happening. Because there's like the SCP Foundation is like the main thing, but then there's like actually like rival organizations that they're trying.
Oh
to
shit, really?
SCP
They're trying to like keep them down, yeah.
God, there's straight up like really cool lore for the world outside of just the actual things they contain.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's also like just some like cool like.
Oh, here's another liminal space one where you explore liminal space called the Classrooms. The big thing with SCP games is because it's completely open, you don't have to pay them to do anything in the setting. Everyone, whenever you post anything to SCP, you're giving away the rights to it. Which means that people can do whatever they want with it.
Botany Corporation is actually a pretty fun one. It's based in SCP.
Oh, that's based on SCP.
Which one?
Holy shit, because that one's actually like pretty famous.
Which game?
Not famous, but it's
It's
at least
for people who like that kind of thing. It's pretty popular.
Yeah.
Containment Breach is pretty cool.
I had no idea.
Yeah, the Containment Breach was YouTube. People played it all the time on YouTube, or at least the people I generally watch. Markiplier played the hell out of it.
There you go. You can do some. There's some SCP VR Get Chat games. There's the Plague Doctor back there.
Oh, cool.
There's a bunch of really fun.
This actually did remind me. There's actually you were showing the YouTube channel that kind of like explains like the SCPs or like certain files and whatnot. There's
This is
actually
the one I was trying to find.
More Bung on YouTube actually made like short videos and episodes of essentially SCP stuff, but it follows like the adventures of this guy who can't die.
Oh
When he
yeah.
dies, he's immediately like brought back.
The art looks great.
Saying this SCP shit all the time.
I don't know anything
Yeah,
about SCP, but like this guy specifically, but like this art looks great.
Yeah.
And that mac and cheese looks
It's
delicious.
really good.
Pretty high
Yeah,
quality for YouTube.
Yeah, it's only 5 minutes. You should watch the first episode.
Sure, let's do it.
Why did you purposely cover yourself and stuff? That's weird.
I don't know.
Weird thing to do.
It's weird. But there is an Infinite IKEA episode.
Yeah. Well, we can't watch the whole thing because we don't want to take away from his ad revenue, but like, it looks really good. And then yeah, that's what are they called? Like D class, the normal people in SCP.
Hey?
The humans, the prisoners, SCP.
Well,
Aren't they like D class?
There are the
Yeah, D class, disposable people.
Classified. Declassified? Or
Disposable class, class D. They're just people
okay.
that they use for testing.
He's the main character for the confinement is not.
No.
He's an SCP.
Which is still cool. I love SCP. I think it's very, very cool.
Yes.
Honestly, I think it actually like might be the most like interesting umbrella like cross-platform for creepypastas. Just because like
I think it's definitely the most ambitious.
Yeah.
Just, even based off just like the formatting of the website is already leagues above everything else.
yeah, and the fact everyone like it's very collaborative. People make games in the setting. Like there's I think there is an SCP TTRPG actually. Let me find
Yeah, I
it.
believe it.
And there definitely does seem to be like some...
Yeah, here it is. SCP, the
Some,
tabletop
like-
game.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, yeah. And then you get a little review here. Secure this
Since you
book.
have to submit it yourself, I'd imagine it means there's also like some level of quality control, so you don't end up with like SCPs that are just like, you know, Jeff the Killer level memes and everything like that. You know.
Weirdly enough, I think everyone takes it pretty genuine. People are trying to make cool stories, which I think is really fun with it. Yeah, there you go. So SCPs, let's see what's in the RPG here. 96% advice to take it. Cool. Internet's best and worst kept secret. Sure, that's fine. Large collaborative storytelling project in the world. Outside of the list of mythos fits in, and all of the Lovecraft mythos fits into SCP. Because it doesn't have like a scale to it. One of the gods is like an interplanar being who's trying to ruin all life. So in the game, you take the roles of SCP personnel attempting to deal with things that go bump in the night. So it's like a game of Hunter, basically. One of the things I keep trying to hassle Ian to do is take the Hunter the Reckoning, like the TTRPG, and play an SCP setting for it.
Ooh.
But this already exists, so that's really cool. Exploding dice. I love exploding dice. That's so fun. Exploding dice is just like a really cool mechanic where you roll dice, and if you hit the highest number on the dice, you get to roll again and add it to the last one.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard of that.
It just makes you feel really fun when you're just rolling like d4s and you're like 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Let's go. Oh, mechanics or crunch? Okay, fun remix of Savage Worlds. This is really cool. It's got about a 4.5 on mechanics. Nice. Theme. You are playing as part of SCPs, so that's pretty cool. Execution. PDF. Yes. Hyperlinked. Yes. Nice. Looks like they did a good job there. 96% is a great review. That's actually really interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy good. Does it say how many people?
I mean, it's a TTRPG. You can make it how many you want, right? But let's see.
No. I mean, like, how many people have reviewed it, or like...
Oh, that was just one guy's actual review. But if we go back to here, we can see that it's 300 pages long. It's got about 42 ratings, and 13 are 5 stars, 3 are 4,
Damn.
3. Who gave it a 2? I'm curious.
2. That's interesting.
What didn't you like about it? Incredibly lazy adaptation of a fan favorite collaborative wiki. The dice system is a slog. Decimal with added 2 rolls. Really? The selection of the SP included is bizarre. Feels like a scam. The author directly copy pasted chunks of the site with seemingly no regard for what they were taking. Okay, salty boy. Jeez. Huh.
Oh,
Okay.
this one says like the characters die very easily. Sounds like
Yeah,
that needs to
absolutely.
get good, man. God damn.
Well, also, you're normal humans fighting things like the very hard to contain
Yeah.
things. Like
Have you played any SCP game? It's usually pretty easy to die.
that's like the most common thing is that you do die.
Mm-hmm.
There's a play there, and then you got a few extra like expansion cards that people have done. Nice. It's really cool. Okay, what else? Okay, do we have more game things we want to talk, or do we want to keep going? Yeah.
Game-wise, I mean, there's tons of horror games out there that we could talk about.
Can we all agree that Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is pretty fucking good?
I don't know what it is. It's definitely unsettling. Very creepy and unsettling when it's not just stupid funny.
I think the big thing with Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is that it might actually be the highest polish given to a creepypasta IP.
Is it a creepypasta?
Well, okay, a spooky internet IP.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because, like,
I love these videos.
even, like,
They're so
the
fun.
first one has a ton of polish in it. Like, because, like, these
I'm
aren't
so sad that
easy
they're
to
not
make.
making anymore.
They made 8, didn't they?
I
That's
don't
6. They
remember.
made 6.
Motherfucker.
Like, they made 6. I think they did enough.
Yeah. They got their fill.
Oh my god, the amount of puppets. Those are probably so expensive to make and so time consuming. Maybe not the expensive, but the time consuming for sure. Oh, I love Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Zoe can't watch it. She's too scared. Too soft. Can't do it.
Wow.
Yeah. What else is cool?
Oh,
I got
thing was gonna
one
mention-
more, yeah, but you guys go first. What else you got?
One thing I was gonna mention coming in. Whenever I think about like internet horror,
Uh-huh.
like to this day, the first thing that comes up is the clown statue story. You guys know that one?
No. Go for it. Give me
I
the
guess
rundown.
this was back when like so chainmail was very popular.
Not
And then
that.
at this point, it's become less of chain mail through email and more like, like YouTube comments, Facebook messages, stuff like that. And
Right.
it was basically this stupid story where it's like, let me set it up for you. So there's a babysitter, all right? It's a pretty simple job. A couple of kids at home, parents having a date. The parents tell her, like, hey, you can go in our room and watch the TV. We got a nice TV there. And the girl decides to do it. But there's this very odd clown statue in their room. And the girl tries really, really hard to watch TV with it, but she just can't do it no matter what. And eventually, she calls the couple, and she's like, "Hey, is it okay if I like move the clown statue because it's really making me unsettled?" And then the parents are like, "We don't have a clown statue." And then it turns out that the clown was an escaped convict, and he kills the babysitter and both the kids. And if you don't post this story to at least 10 different comment sections, then they'll be coming for you tonight.
That's so silly. Yeah.
That's so stupid.
I can see it here. A friend of a friend, normally a girl in her teens, is babysitting for a family. The family's wealthy. The parents take off. The police arrive and apprehend the clown, who turns out to be a man with dwarfism who escaped from the mental hospital. Spooky.
Why are they going after short people like that? God,
Well, I think the idea is that she thinks it's like a doll, like one of those porcelain dolls,
Yeah.
right?
it's very small.
In some versions, she's a homeless
6
person.
foot tall clown statue would be pretty weird.
Ooh, there's more added. He would come into the children's night and watch them. Ew, icky.
Yeah.
Home invasion is just a uncomfortable thing for me in general. I'm just like, no.
Yeah, I think it's like probably the scariest subgenre of horror for me. Anything home invasion.
I don't like it.
Anything with
There's so
roots
many
based
games,
off
too.
in like actual crime is like probably like peak scary for me.
Yeah.
Like unsolved mysteries spooks the hell out of me more than any of the
So they made a.
Yes, this-
Somebody made an actual like short film.
I don't think that's interesting. That's not the one. I don't think that was the one that the IMDb was showing.
No, it
you.
wasn't, which is interesting.
yeah. There's 2 of them.
Is this green
there's the
screen?
one on IMDb's a short film too.
Wait, what was that cut to like super old-fashioned?
Shitty green screen? Or the movie?
Well, no, it looked like they'd taken a bit from an actual movie, like an older movie, and spliced it in there.
Yeah, they were just. I think it's what she was watching.
Oh, fair enough then.
Is this the video from Five Towns College.
That was the one that I had open, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this one before. I mean, it's like, it's all right. It is a college production. I can say that for sure. But honestly, like, I wouldn't mind. Like, if I was a film student at TRU, I would be down to make this.
Dude, doing a
I'd love-
creepypasta
yeah,
for your project would be
so much fun.
amazing.
There's one thing I noticed.
What are you staring at?
Shade on.
The Angry
I can't really
Birds.
tell
That
what
should
it
be-
is.
Well,
Whoa,
staring at the fact
I
that the
know.
clown's not there no more.
Yeah, it moved. That was cool. Yeah, here it is. You got Moria, a Spanish sitter, when she meets Mr. Stickles. Yeah. No, I love, I would love to do like a creepypasta film. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
This,
They got rid of mimics and Elden Ring.
it's so fun.
this is
Bear,
like
do you got any
the-
more you wanted to bring up here?
This is like the.
Yeah, go for it, Tyler.
Go for Ty.
Alright, one more for me.
For sure.
This is like the opposite of like a creepypasta almost.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like a creepypasta, but like it's not really scary at all. It's just fucking funny.
Yeah.
But you know, like
They'll probably have an
like it became like kind of like a meme. Whereas like there's that one post where it's like, let me read it out for you. So you're with your honey, and you're making out. When the phone rings, you answer it, and the voice is like, "What are you doing with my daughter?" You tell your girl, and she say, "My dad is dead." Then who was phone?
Who was phone? Yeah.
Who was phone? Oh,
Who was phone? What are you doing with my daughter? How did your dad get my number? No, my dad is dead. What? Then who was phone?
Oh my god.
I mean, it's a creepypasta. It's a
Yeah.
so horrible, it's amazing creepypasta. Ooh. 2-sentence horror. We can't talk about internet horror without bringing up 2-sentence horror. Because, I mean, it's iconic.
Yeah, 2-sentence horror is like, who was phone taken seriously?
I got it.
There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone. Oh god. That's horrifying. That's actually really good.
Oh hey Alex.
What's up? You hear your mom calling you into the kitchen as you're heading down the stairs. Oh, sorry. You hear your mom calling you to the kitchen. As you're heading down the stairs, you hear a whisper from the closet saying, "Don't go down there, honey. I heard it too." Nice. The last thing I saw before my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. I sat bolt upright, revealed that it was only a dream, but as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open. That's really long, but I do like it.
Dude's kind of stretching the sentence a bit, but you know, fair.
Yeah.
It's 2 sentences.
Yeah,
by the end of the day.
I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear, and it's so dark all the time. If I knew it would be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, that reminds me of another like thing that I'm gonna have to bring up later. It's
Okay.
not like online, but it's like a very famous short story.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I awoke to the sound of the baby monitor crackling with a voice comforting my firstborn child. As I adjusted to my new position, my arm brushed against my wife sleeping next to me. Ooh. Oh my lord. Okay, that's a reach for 2 sentences. After struggling desperately to
my
move
goodness.
any part of his paralytic body just to alert the doctors that he was conscious before they made the first incision, he was relieved to see that one of the nurses had noticed his pupils dilating from the bright light. She leaned in close and whispered that, in a whisper that tickled his ear, and said, "You think we don't know you're awake?" Ooh. Then that's the nurse from Silent Hill. That's some Nurse Ratchet shit.
Yeah.
My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help. I wake up and everything feels wrong. It's too quiet outside. I look out the window and see everyone standing still looking at my house. Ooh. Carolers waiting to sing.
Okay. Yeah.
The doctors told the amputee he might experience a phantom limb from time to time. Nobody prepared for the moments, though, when he felt the cold fingers brush across his phantom hand. Ooh, neat. Ghosts.
Yeah.
Growing up with
Touching
cats and...
ghost hand.
Yeah, touching ghost hands. Or it could be ghost sticks. He doesn't know.
Mm.
He could just be grabbing ghost sticks perpetually and not aware of it. Growing up with cats and dogs, I got used to the sound of scratching at my door while I slept. Now that I live alone, it's much more unsettling. How many more? Oh my god, there's so many. Okay, we're not going to go through all these. Go ahead and give me your thing here.
No.
Tyler,
Yeah.
what was your thing?
Oh, I was gonna bring it out later, but have you guys ever read like the short horror story? And it also became like a PC game as well. I have no mouth and I cannot. But I have no mouth, but I must scream.
Yes, I have heard
Yes.
of I Have No Mouth, but I Must Scream.
That's like
Yeah.
probably like still maybe like
There's a
the-
bit.
the
Oh,
scariest
yes.
Yeah, there's a lot to that one.
It's also get memed a lot, too.
Yeah, like the great big
Yeah.
jelly thing is like very famous.
Oh my god. So, I'm not going to look it up, but give me half a second here. Franny, what is that horror game? Oh, I think it's called Demonophobia.
Demonophobia.
Pixel one where you just like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the most, like, disgusting horror thing that I think the internet's put out, in my opinion. It's
Really?
not like, disgusting as in, like, scary. It's just, like, it's really gross.
That's kind of crude horror.
Yeah, it reminds me of, like, back when people were like, oh, the internet is, or video games are ruining our children. It's like, that is an example that they could use for sure of, like,
some Happy Tree Friends kind of shit.
Yeah.
All that.
it's real gross. But it is internet horror, and it exists. Alright, Bear, you got any that you wanted me to show?
I don't know. I'm curious.
Yay. Well, so I was just, so part of what inspired me to do this is, like, finding actual, like, videos on YouTube and whatnot, of various kinds, sort of, like, straight up, like, creepy horror, like, The Mime.
The Mime.
It's, super creepy, like, it's 3 minutes long. And it's...
Is it this one? Or is it older?
Uh,
2021 or older?
Hold on, oh, wait, actually, I have it here. It was made by Crypt TV 4 years ago.
What did I usually play?
Yes, there it is. I found it.
Yeah, unfortunately, oh, there it is. Yeah.
I got it.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
No, don't let that.
Oh, you had a purse. A lot of ambiance.
She tries to walk away, but
Fuck the track is good.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
That's
Oh my god.
uncomfortable.
oh yeah.
You're on a good walk.
Got that fire across.
Ooh, I don't like that. Should have been called the puppet or some shit.
Sign up. I'm no fool.
Garbage.
She's giving scared. Well,
Jeez, the makeup on that is really good.
she's strangling herself. Oh no, he's gonna strangle her. Oh no. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate that so much.
Oh my god.
Oh god, her scalp. Oh, that's disgusting. It's deeply unsettling.
Damn, that really went hard at the end. My god.
Are these other ones
yeah, that was-
the same premise where like you lose control of your body? Oh, it is.
Oh yeah. That's oh god. I haven't seen this one before. Yeah.
Are you gonna make him walk onto the train? Yeah.
No.
Dude, what the hell did these people do to piss off these murder mimes?
I think the
Wait for
murder
the
mime-
boss got down.
Dude, these do not end well for anyone, do they?
No.
No. I'd be curious if like to watch it from start to finish. Be like, is there like an actual thing, or
I like how
did you
the,
give the mime a reason to do this?
I like how it always cuts just before the things. You're like, we know what happened. It's fine. We get it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's also just scary mime.
That's scary mode?
Kill.
What?
Sometimes
Oh,
it's-
interesting.
No.
That's slightly different.
Never surrender. Give me loot, you bitch.
I don't know. I like the puppeteer ones more.
Yeah, that one's kind of a bit more generic.
It's cool that you
Yeah.
like added more to the narrative of the mime abilities, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's your crash.
Dancing?
Oh, she's pumping her up.
Massive like.
Oh! Oh, shit, whoa! Oh no, it just floats away?
Or
Oh,
explodes. Oh yeah, no, she floats away. You're right. Interesting. I mean, those are cool. I think the first one's probably the best one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
No offense to the mime lady, but I don't know. I don't know if she sells it nearly as good as the first guy. The scared people are doing a good job though. They look genuinely very scared.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that first one for the trilogy there was good, but yeah, the second and third one were kind of like, eh.
Okay, yeah, those are cool. Were there other ones like that?
So there's another one called Miss Anity. It's also Crypt TV.
Miss Anady.
There's a series of this one as well. I haven't seen past the first one. But yeah, it was a. I mean, it's got a few things going for it.
Ooh, grody. Looking real weird.
It definitely. It's weird because it almost feels like, oh, this might be like an exposition where it ends in kind of a lighthearted way, and you're like, oh.
I had never heard of Crypt TV. It's interesting.
Yeah, I totally meant to like go through like their whole
Oh.
thing and like check the stuff out, but I completely forgot about them until tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff for sure. I mean, they got enough of following of creepy shit that they do that people. There you go. Yeah.
Some very good quality and very fun horror stuff.
Oh shit! That's interesting. Crypt TV was founded by Eli Roth. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Who's Eli Roth?
Eli Roth is him. He's a director, as well as an actor.
I recognize him, man.
Yeah, there we go. IMDb. He directed Cabin Fever. He was one of the characters. Sorry,
That's where I recognize him from. Yeah.
produced Cabin Fever. He was one of the characters in *Inglourious Bastards*.
Oh, cool! I forgot.
I think was he the Donnie Donowitz? Is that the one that they called the Bear Jew? The Bear Jew. Yeah, there he is. He's the one who. That's him. I really liked *Inglourious Bastards*. That's a good ass film.
Yeah, one of the best that Tarantino made, in my opinion.
Honestly, yeah. I know like a lot of people like really like some of its other stuff, but I'm like *Inglourious Bastards*. It felt like the violence served more of a purpose, which I thought was nice. He's got his own collection of horror stuff that he does, and then apparently he was a co-producer on the Baywatch movie, which feels very silly just in comparison.
You're transforming into a
Why not?
But yeah, he's super into horror. That's his big thing.
Is it just
Yeah, I can see
Oh my
I can
God.
see why he get Crypt TV going.
He's part.
Oh, Poppy.
He's in Poppy's Playtime. That's so funny.
I mean, yeah.
He was in The House with the Clock on the Walls. He was in Man with the Iron Fists. He's in a lot of bad things, but he's in a lot of things. It's cool though. I like this
Cool.
shark. This dude. Is this the guy? Yeah, I've seen that guy actually before. Looks. Yeah, I've seen his character design things before.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where. Maybe just like general horror stuff, but like I've definitely seen him before.
I have to imagine it's probably been used in other places.
These are cool. I got one last
Yeah,
capstone, so if you got anything else you want to go through as well besides these guys.
So there's one that's like this is just on short of the week. It's called Curve.
Curve. Who's that by?
It's just Curve, and if you look up short of the week on YouTube, it should come up.
Oh, so they make one every week. Okay, huh.
Oh wait, there it is. That one right there, down there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. There we go.
Oh, weird.
It's a long one, and it's this.
It's just her fucking. Did she fall?
Nope. She just maybe she fell there, but she wakes up there. So I don't think we really know how she got there.
And it. Oh god. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
She definitely fell from something. And she just. Oh lordy.
Oh.
That's from previous people, I'm guessing.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I had it just to walk through. It is
Oh.
uncomfortable.
Geez, as someone with like a fear of falling, that's like some.
And she's
Oh,
just like
scared the hell out of me.
on this slope trying not to fucking slip off. Grabbing that for some grip. Just doing your best not to fall as the water flows. That's super intense.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a couple of movies that are in the same idea as this one. There's not the exact same, but I know there's a horror movie out there that very much cling to a smooth surface, high above a sentient abyss. Ooh. Yeah, it looks really ambient. There's the one where with Ryan Reynolds' wife. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but the shark movie. She was on like a little chunk of stone surrounded by sharks.
Oh, I don't remember what it's called, but yes, I know the one you're talking about.
Let's play a game of how many trains does it take to get to what we're looking for. Blake Lively, there we go. Blake Lively, IMDb, Shark, The Shallows.
Oh yeah, I never actually ended up watching that, but
Me neither.
the concept was creepy as well.
Cause like the idea is that like she's just on this, and like that's not a good piece of land to be stuck on. Cause like you know that there's a timer in there too then.
Yeah.
Cause that land, high tide, low tide, that's gonna affect how much like surface you have for sure.
That's how it was,
Especially a shark that big, I don't think there'd actually be one there, but it's scary.
Well, cause she's on a rock, right? So it could be pretty deep out there too, but for
The
sure.
thing is, like, it's the shallows, and a big shark like that would get just messed up.
So
any like environment-based horror, in my opinion,
yeah.
is like maybe like the scariest shit out there. Stuff like The Curve is
Oh,
just
yeah.
like it feels so
Or the
hopeless
things
and stuff like that. Ugh.
well, there's nothing to beat. There's no enemy to beat. What are you gonna? How do you win? You just don't die. That's it. Look at this one. So this actually showed up on my Facebook or on my TikTok the other day. But essentially, this couple, they get a box delivered from their friend. I'm gonna actually let it play for this section here. So they just get this box. They put it on the thing. I wonder if there's subtitles. I don't actually play the audio. I'm pretty. Oh, it's not available.
Whoa.
So there's just a man in this box, and if they look away, he moves.
Ow. What?
So she's got to stay there.
What?
Terrifying.
Wait, what happens at the end?
I don't know. Let's see. Oh,
Oh, whoa.
Oh.
You get to 30 nations. What?
no. Oh,
No, just one of them.
Yeah, that's just like, yeah, no, I know I'm done.
God. I don't know the premise of this one, but Jesus Christ. It gives me very, anything like that screams, Weeping Angel to me.
Well, yeah, like that whole
Oh yeah, I
concept
forgot to, right.
Yeah.
is fine.
Don't blink. Here, let's listen to. Oh,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, the original.
I want the don't blink speech specifically. Don't blink. I want just the speech. Ow.
Oh no, that second one, right?
But it's like-
is that the episode?
It shouldn't be 4 minutes long.
Well, no, because there was one that was 26 minutes. I think maybe that was.
What? Yeah. Football species.
Tee-hee-hee.
Remind me.
Yeah, let's see. But yeah, the Weeping Angels are actually one of the scariest ones in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
The other one that's very... I feel like Weeping Angels and The Silence were both... They feel like they're inspired by some creepypasta type shit. Do you remember The Silence at all?
Oh yes, look at it, yeah.
The Silence, they're the opposite of the Weeping Angels. The moment you look away from The Silence, you forget they were there. You forget they ever existed.
Mhm.
I love their design. It's so good. It screams Slender Man.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry, keep going. Fair.
I hate this, but I can't take Matt Smith seriously after Morbius.
I mean, that's fair. I love... Matt Smith is my favorite
He
Doctor.
was fun in Morbius.
Yeah, it looked like he was
Also, yeah.
trying. He actually was putting in work.
Oh, and he just went with it.
So yeah, give me that Marvel paycheck, baby.
Well, I mean, Matt Smith makes a good villain. Like, he can be legitimately scary when he's given the actual script to and
And
direction.
I will admit that he was the best character in Morbius, and he probably wasn't even trying.
He's really good in House of the Dragon.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love him so much in House of the Dragon. His character in that is pretty.
But
story
Matt Smith
there, right?
is a great actor.
For sure.
All actors tend to take some schlocky thing here. and
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Alright, Bear, what else we got? Anything else you wanted to bring up?
Okay.
There was one other one, and this one was like, I think leans more on the uncomfortable side. It's just like a 3-minute
Okay.
video. It's called the video dating tape.
Huh.
The fuck?
This thing?
Just gonna look at-
Yeah. Get random cards.
Looking for love.
The Twitch is really slow.
For sure.
Or hard to handle.
I don't... Oh god, why is he just so...
Actually, wait. Can I? Oh yeah, that's the one.
That's the one? Okay.
Yes, it is how it's supposed to be.
Businessman and part-time adventurer. I have properties in the south of France and Marbella, where my yacht is moored. And I'm looking for... Hi, I'm Tony.
Hmm?
You don't want to waste Amber's.
Someone that share long walks along the beach.
Ooh.
You just fucking
Great at the kind.
and have even featured in National Geographic.
That's
It's prettier.
In a couple of weeks, please send a photo with your age, name, and location to the address at the end of this video.
Don't do that.
yeah.
Wait, there's no timer.
Don't send your
Woman only. Maidenhead 6.
Yeah, don't do that. Share the rest of their life with.
No.
At the very least, it's easy to track them down after that.
Yeah, I do like that one. I like the effort that they put in to make it
Look at this.
an old VHS thing.
Hi, I'm Tony.
Jesus.
No. I like it. Very
Oh.
simple.
Oh my god.
Very well made. What's up, Tyler?
No. You can do one more Ben. I think I'll save mine for last.
I had some other ones, but honestly, like, we covered the ones that I cared about the most.
Okay. Tyler, what's yours, bud?
Oh, okay, shit. I'm gonna have to link you this one, Gavin. 1 second. So, okay, there's a bit of, this one's only 1 minute long. But there's a bit of a story behind this one. So this one isn't, like, staged or anything. Basically, like, a long past time ago, there was, this big missing persons case, right? And this girl went missing. And this guy, he originally posted it on a channel called 112 Dirtbag. This is an upload.
Yeah.
But it was called Happy Anniversary, and he posted it on the same day that like this girl went missing.
Jesus. It's just him laughing and being happy?
Yeah, with the audio, it's even worse.
Oh, I'm not doing that. Watching
People
this.
for years, like they thought that this guy was the one who kidnapped her, but it was later revealed that like no, this is just like
Yeah,
some
here.
sadistic old dude who wanted to be creepy online.
Yeah, you.
Bad taste.
Very gross. Do you guys want to see my favorite horse genre? I saved it for last.
Alright.
That's good.
It's called the Magnus Archives. And there's actually one more that I'll start with before I do that, which is Welcome to Night Vale. So, Welcome to Night Vale is probably the one that I think that's the most enjoyable to sit through because it's just so wild. It's the things they say are just so strange, but it's very cool. Welcome to Night Vale. Basically, the premise of Welcome to Night Vale is that it is a podcast or a radio show in universe, hosted by, I believe his name is Cecil. Yeah, so here you go. You got Cecil here, you got Carlos. And the idea is that Cecil hosts the podcast and he talks about what's been going on in Night Vale. And he does like announcements and stuff. And in the middle of it, he's like, and now the weather. And they play a song from some indie band that they're promoting. It's really cool. And the whole thing is, it goes so strange because like, there's hooded figures, there's the dog park, and the dog park is just like an area that you're not supposed to go into ever, or look at, or discuss, or think about. And the hooded figures are ran by like a pseudo government, and it's really good. It's probably like 90 episodes long, but just the delivery of it is so good. That's sorry, 220 episodes.
Holy shit.
Oh.
And it's still going, or did it end?
Looks like they did. I don't know when like if these are all like true episodes. Like there's a few here that aren't, but yeah, it looks like most of them are.
They're active at least.
Yeah, here. Let's see if I can play you some audio. Okay.
friendly desert community where the sun is
Press
hot,
is inactive again.
the moon
Yes,
is
boss.
beautiful, and mysterious lights pass
Sorry.
overhead while we
It
all
delivered to him
pretend to
by
sleep.
sleep.
Welcome to Night Vale.
Ooh, beautiful. Okay, let's look at this one here. Just because I think it's cool that it's animated.
A friendly desert
Oh,
community
always fun.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
mysterious lights.
But yeah, like listen to the delivery of the voice actor they got for him.
Welcome to Night Vale.
Nice. Good voice acting.
Get that man on radio.
Honestly, this is probably more fun to do than radio.
Yeah, probably.
A spooky podcast? Oh, for sure. I like how Night Vale's.
To start things off, I've been asked to read this brief notice. The City Council announces the opening of a new dog park at the corner of Earl and Somerset near the Reps. They would like to remind everyone that dogs are not allowed in the dog park. People are not allowed in the dog park. It is possible you will see hooded figures in the dog park. Do not approach them. Do not approach the dog park. The fence is electrified and highly dangerous. Try not to look at the dog park, and especially do not look for any period of time at the hooded figures. The dog park will not harm you. And now the news.
Holy shit.
That's great.
It's so good. I wish there was more. Oh my god, they were on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. That's so cool.
There's no way. Oh my god.
Yeah, there.
How long ago was that?
7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at this. Look. Here you go. This is what I was thinking when I said animated.
A friendly desert community where the sun is hot,
Look how good this
the
is.
moon is beautiful, and mysterious lights pass overhead while we all pretend to sleep. Welcome to Night Vale.
It's so cool.
I love it.
Dude, Night Vale's so good. Honestly, just the way like his tenor and the whole way, like his voice, the whole thing of it all, it's so good. If you're just trying to like put something on to fall asleep to, just put on Welcome to Night Vale and just let it play.
Yeah, for sure.
In the same vein as Welcome to Night Vale, there's the Magnus Archives.
I think I've heard of this one actually.
Yeah, so the Magnus Archives is super interesting. It's made by the Rusty Quill. They just started the second season. They're just the full reboot here. Here it is, yeah. The Magnus Protocol Kickstarter. Magnus Archives 2 is what they've got coming up here. They kickstarted it. It seems to have gone well. Yeah, £700,000.
Excellent.
£700,000. That's like a lot, actually.
Insane, actually, yeah. That's
Almost a mil, isn't it?
$1,000 Canadian.
Yeah. There you go. So Magnus Archives is big for context. But yeah,
Like,
let me show you a little bit of Magnus Archives stuff here. Let's see. Sure, we'll just click this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is someone taking a song and applying it to one of the stories. Okay.
The Magnus Archives AMV, I guess.
Yeah, functionally. Here, let's see if I can find something here. Animatic. This is probably better. Oh, it's a bloopers thing. That is the voice.
Doorbell! 50 minutes early!
Oh, I'll just explain the premise though, because I'm trying to find like a good video to show you it. Essentially, the idea of the Magnus Archive. So, the framing device for the other one is literally just it's a radio show, right? That's cool. The Magnus Archives, on the other hand, the framing device is that there's a place called the Magnus Archives, and it's this British, presumably somewhere in Europe, building. And the archives makes sense. And there's a character called the Archivist, and his job is to go through and read files and translate them to tape recordings. So he's reading the actual files and archiving them on tape because it's smaller and better or whatever, right? And he also does interviews with people as well. So a lot of the narrative will be people talking about specific moments in their life where they encountered supernatural beings, because that's the whole point. Is the Magnus Institute archives supernatural? That's the main character there, or the archivist there. He and the people they archive that. Let me show you my favorite thing. So this is.
It's definitely kind of similar to SCP in that case.
Yes, except for it's written by one company only. This is their thing. But they get a lot of voice actors. So here, let me show you my favorite one. So this is called Binary. I'm gonna show you a little bit of it and then cut to. Yeah. It's really cool.
Rusty Quill present the Magnus Archive. Episode 65. Bye.
Yes.
But yeah, so you got, obviously there's some tone setting there, but the idea is that he's interviewing someone, and to go with each of these episodes, there's also a meta narrative that they use in the capstone. In some of the stories, it's brought up. It's brought up in some of the stories themselves are based off of it, and then sometimes it's at the beginning and the end of each episode. The meta narrative comes into play. Let me see though. I'm gonna scroll back up here. Here it is. Okay, this is all the story. Let's see. So the idea of this one here is there's an old internet. This is the reason I was specifically about this one up is because it's about an old internet creepypasta.
Ooh.
Specifically, and the idea is that there was a story about a Russian programmer who tried to code human mind into PC. And what had happened in the horror story is that he found out he was dying. And one day when people came to check on him, they found his head. He'd cut the top of his skull open and jammed his brain into his computer. And that's the start of the story, is that's the premise of it. Yeah. So from that day, people had been creating a little horror game off of this this premise, where there was like an exe file you'd send people. It would open it up and it'd be based off the standard horror tropes, and it's like an early coding practice game. And the idea was that you'd program it with specific responses, and then it's basically like a chatbot almost. And over time, it would become a little more unhinged. It would say things like, "It's cold. It hurts. The maze is sharp on my mind. The angles cut me when I try to think. The idea being that his brain, an organic mass of randomness like ours, can be contained in ones and zeros. So he feels pain because of it. And the idea is that this it's a chatbot that slowly devolves, and at the end it shows you like his creepy face at the end type thing in the code. So she is telling the story of there it is, Sergei Yushanka is what it's called. And so she comes in and she's telling the story about how this is like a pretty basic like creepypasta on the net, but she encountered a version of it and she was bored one night and she opened it up, and so here it is. Okay, so he raised his hand to reveal one of the keys that he had apparently torn off, brought it to his mouth, then began to eat. I could just about make out the snap of his jaw as the hard plastic shattered between his teeth. And as he reached for the next one, I could see a trickle of blood from his lips. The version she got played turned into a video, like a full video of the original Sergei Yushanka eating his computer. Yeah, so it starts with the keyboard, and she's like, huh! And she closes her computer, and it pops up on her TV.
Oh no! So yeah,
she can't get away from it. She turns the TV off, unplugs it, puts a blanket over it, whatever, right? And every screen she walked by until she finished watching the full video, beginning to end, played this. She had to sit through all of it. The whole thing, beginning to end. It is a 17-hour long video of this man sitting there eating his computer, and she had to watch the whole thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Here, let's see. There's the end here. The top of his head seemed to be missing, and then the video ended. At one point in the thing, the guy reaches forward, punches where the monitor would be. You can hear grass breaking, and he starts pulling out the monitor's glass and starts eating the glass from the monitor, with just the shickling light from the thing in his face. The Magnus Archives is genuinely scary, but like in a very cool way. But yeah, you guys should watch the Magnus Archives if you ever just need like something to listen to. It's so good.
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
Ooh, someone.
I mean, I'm definitely writing that and Welcome to Night Vale down.
Yeah. Here, someone.
Yeah,
someone did a monologue from one of the characters. That's so fun.
That's pretty cool.
It's really quiet, but that's really cool. But yeah, Magnus Archive slaps. It's big enough that it made $1 million on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's not a small amount of money, although Kickstarter numbers do tend to get quite high on popular things nowadays, but still. So cool.
Still.
So cool. Oh, okay. That's my spiel.
Very nice. Man, you guys both had like the coolest picks. Like, I don't think Welcome to Night Vale looks really cool. I remember the curve for like the wrestling.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Yeah, no, it's like I mean, you know basically what's going to happen, but I suggest watching it front to
Beginning to end, yeah. Well, because that one seems it's very much like ambiance horror for sure, right? Like.
Oh yeah.
That was definitely like the vibe for that one, which is like, you know what's going to happen, but like.
It's
the journey.
real.
Yeah. All right, I think we're done.
Sounds good.
Yeah, good episode, guys.
I'm not sure when our next one's gonna be. Tyler might need some time to settle in.
Yeah, it depends on which day you guys want to do it. I don't know if there's gonna be like Saturday thing, Friday thing, either or.
Yeah, I'll post my schedule in the chat, and we can just pick times arbitrarily. We might just not be consistent at all.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Especially with yours, yeah.
Once I start the new job, I'll basically be my afternoons are pretty much gonna be free, and my weekends as well, until I finally put together a second job.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
And, like the first couple weeks that I'm in Japan, like I'm gonna be traveling around a bit.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'll settle down in Nagoya and just be there for like pretty much the entire rest of the time. So.
Nice. All right. See you later, stream.
So,
Bye.
See you guys.
Take a couple